Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for the first matchup. Let's go with the first matchup of the knockout stage. We have the round of 16 kicking it off. Nahorn versus 136. The first thing I'll ask you to do is, of course, enjoy yourself, but then go and support both of these competitors. Their channels are linked in the description and also in the chat. You can see the pinned comment right there. We are showing Nas stream in the upper left-hand corner, and we will be showing Nick's stream in the bottom right-hand corner. So many people have asked for the updated bracket. I've been putting this out, doing my best to update it on Twitter, on my Twitter profile, I guess it is called. But you can see it right there. The winner of this matchup will go on to face the winner of MP Blaze and Tom Jarvis, two amazing players, and the loser, because there does unfortunately have to be one. We'll just have to wait for the next tournament. We will be doing a best of 7. We've been doing a best of 5. We're doing a best of 7 format. I will do my best to catch us up to both of their streams and line them up. And I would also like to welcome the co-host for today. Thank you so much for being here, gentlemen.
Hey, it's Slay. I'm back. I promise not to jinx anyone. And here's Nas.
Hi. I promise to be really intelligent today.
Oh, those are big promises coming from both of you. I like it, though. Go bold. Go bold. I'm going to be trying to fix... I don't mean to have the screen covering a little bit of Nick's... The scoreboard covering a little bit of Nick's screen, so I'm going to work on minimizing that a little bit. And I will just turn this over to the two co-hosts for a minute. It looks like Nas' stream is slightly ahead. Are you guys reading that the same way?
It looks like his stream is behind.
So Nick's
stream is ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
He has more of the draft done.
There we go. I think we're now. Nope. He's significantly ahead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still about one round of drafts ahead.
All right, so we're just going to wait a little bit and let Nick's. Please do pull up both of their channels and watch those. They're fantastic channels, extremely good players, and deserve the support just for the show they're going to be putting on here. And then we'll be lining this up as best as we can. There, I think we're synced up now.
Yep. Yeah, looks good.
Thanks, guys.
So if you guys haven't heard or may have noticed, the metas did change. So we're doing the knockout stage in a different meta. The meta, I believe, is True Lies, and if the opponent evades, they get a disorient. I forgot what the node was called because there's so many dang nodes. But yeah,
Dizzy from the node name.
Dizzy. Okay, so Dizzy. What's very prevalent about this node is that it doesn't really stop many champs from doing what they do. So you're going to see a very nuke-heavy meta. So both decide to place Penny.
Yes, to start right. I do know some node names. I promised to be intelligent, so I had to start off right.
You're doing great so far. Really are.
Yeah, you're 1 for 1. It's good. So Tigra versus Penny, and then there's Moleman versus Penny. I'm not exactly sure who's going to come out on top here, but I think if Tiger gets to her SP2 without Penny doing the 8% auto block, I think she takes this. So unfortunate, but Penny throws a special 1. And Nod's gotten his first SP2 off, takes most of her health, and finishes the fight.
Nick taking slightly more time there just to get the shield down for his one, but...
Yeah, Tigra is just so good. Mistimed to medium there. Tigra is just an automatic ban for me nowadays. She just takes everything way too quickly. And especially me not owning one. It's an automatic ban.
Yeah, I suppose that helps you a little bit, doesn't it?
What, not owning one?
Making your ban decision easier.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
All right, that's as good as we're going to be able to make the scoreboard look into this. I just want to get back to it. I don't want to distract from the gameplay. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Sorry I wasn't able to do the proper introductions. Looks like we've got a big crowd today. B. McG, Zach Richards, P. Dubs, Nicholas, Sweeta, Eric, Twisted Soul, B McG, Toffray, Carl, Jason Jabari Gaming, Thinterceptor. What's up? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. All right, who took that first game?
That first round, took.
All right. And just to, I don't know if you already said this. I know you updated everyone on the node update from the pool play, the group stage portion of the tournament. We are also now moving to a best of 7. We're really trying to eliminate as much RNG, give the competitors a chance to really show their skill and their knowledge. So it's now the best of 7 formats, the first one to win 4 rounds.
So we have the matchups here. It's Na with Joe Fixit against Mephisto, and we have Diablo versus Domino. I believe Na's Domino is quite good sig, so Diablo can be taking some damage from crit fails. And also, if Joe Fixit gets really lucky, there's like nothing that can stop him from melting a fight. Especially with Mephisto having a lot of power, he's going to be throwing a lot more specials, which means a lot more recoil damage, and that's why we see him melting.
And we've seen Nick just get slightly punished there, just a little late on that combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of folks have been actually asking me, because I recently put up the Battlegrounds rankings tier list. I had Joe very high, and people were asking, like, what is it he does? And I was like, look, it's. I know it can be played more nuanced, but it also can be very simple as SP1, and you're going to really start stacking those bleeds, and I think we just saw evidence of that.
Yeah. Judas saying he has $100 on Nick. It's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Wait, which Nick?
Nas. Oh yeah, that does make sense. Well, nobody knows. Nobody knows the context of that joke.
All right, so
And
I've already goofed once in this tournament by predicting or saying the wrong winner, but Nahorn did take that 2-0, correct?
Yeah, he won that game 2-0.
All right. And on to the second round they go.
So Nick invited first. Now it's Nas' turn to invite. So I'm actually interested to see if Nick will actually ban Tigra this time. I don't think he has Tigra in his deck. Nas bans were very good the last time with Nimrod, CGR, and Omega, 3 champs that could basically take everything. Left Torch and AA open. Yeah, so left Torch and AA open. Nick did ban Tigra this time. Going straight for Diablo just to finish fights at 100% health. He's not necessarily the fastest, but he just gets stuff done with a yellow bar. Na went for Black Panther. So Black Panther is a pretty crazy champion. He's a very good nuke on top of the fact that he shuts everything down at around a couple bleeds with his SIG ability. And Penny for defense.
And for everyone who's seen one of my tier list videos or heard me comment about Black Panther, how good he is, and there's a player named Na who is showing me all of this. This is the Na. I'm sure a lot of you put that together, but you can check out his channel for a lot of that Black Panther action. And hopefully we get to see it here.
Who wrote the playbook on Black Panther.
He really did.
Yeah. And looking at his attacking options, he also has Sunspot and Stealthy, who could pretty much take anyone. So this is going to be interesting. Nick did pick up Elsa, but now that Elsa trap is essentially useless with Sunspot on Na's team. So might be looking to use her on attack.
I think a lot of the chat will probably know this, but just in case they don't, Nick runs the recoil tree, meaning that Elsa is going to be bleeding, and unless she's going against some mutant, she's going to place a massive degeneration on them. So that's the trap that Slays is referring to.
Yeah. It's a passive degen that's also a heal block. It's pretty crazy.
Hey, Marcus. Hey, Seki. Thanks so much for being here. What's up, Judas? Oh, Judas was the $100 but 100. He said
that's him.
They did say bucks, not dollars. So they've still got an out should this go against them.
Yeah, you could just switch currencies to something worthless.
Yeah.
Good point.
Good. All right, we're seeing the dual Nick defenders. Who do you think they'll be choosing? Oh, Nick very quickly and confidently takes Diablo. We're about
I think he's going to go stealthy. Yeah, go stealthy. He needs Normally he'd go Sunspot. He needs that for Elsa, and stealthy takes Nick ridiculously quickly.
It's interesting though. This stealthy is not only is it not a high sig, but it's clearly unawakened. Quaddy Mike kind of recently showed us how powerful that stealthy can be, and the sig, it does seem like a nice addition to the power. It doesn't seem essential. Well, I'm kind of excited to see this and how it plays out.
The sig is essentially a fury. I mean, not it essentially increases the potency of the fury he gets once he reapplies one of his debuffs. Unfortunately, Nick threw an SP1 there. Na just wasn't holding block, so it gave Nick the permission to throw an SP1, I guess.
Which is a real problem because on Nick136's side, unless he makes a mistake, his Diablo is going to be 100% or just slightly under. So now it's going sideways for Na now.
Right, yeah. And that's it, actually.
Yeah.
Nick, very clean as well on his end.
Yeah.
There's 4 Nicks playing right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. It was just kind of like a Nick and then the Nick, but then Nick makes a mistake. Fortunately, Nick was able to capitalize on it, though.
It's like a dream tennis doubles match, really.
See,
cream cheese with the go, Nick, go. Right? Just cheering for everybody. I like it.
He wants everyone to win. That's a good man right there.
So while we wait for this matchup to finish up, Adam Baum says confidently we'll get Null and Hulkling. Ooh, nice. In their Cosmic Nexus tomorrow. Who do I take? I love Null. I go Hulkling.
I'd go Hulkling as well. If you go Null, though, like, I mean, it's understandable. He's great, too.
Yep. Nas, you have a strong opinion on that?
I don't have a Hulkling, so I'm a big fan of Null, and I would say you can't really go wrong between those two.
I agree with
Love the confidence to say who he's pulling.
Yeah,
I like
You're
it.
a huge fan of Null today, Nas, right?
Yeah, not so much today. Any other day.
All right. So Na has placed. The dual screens always confuse me here. It looks like Na has placed
Hercules.
Yep. And Nick136. Very kind of him to put the number so we can identify him more easily. Has placed. What's the idea with attacking? Will Apocalypse not go immune to the incinerates before Penny's incinerates kill him? Is that the idea there?
Well, the thing is that Nick has Magneto. So if he were to place Penny, it would just get the floor would, Magneto would wipe the floor with her. Penny doesn't take any block damage. Her incinerates do a lot of damage before they expire. The incinerates need to be on APOC for 8 seconds before he gains the immunity. So the full SP2 damage will happen, and some of the tick afterwards will also happen. So it's more than enough damage to make a dent, especially since Nick is running recoil. He's going to be doing maybe a quarter of the damage to himself.
Yeah, very smart.
Then it makes sense to go for this matchup.
Yeah, I was thinking about this and I was like, I wouldn't normally do this, but with this smaller health pools and all the nuance you just mentioned, I think it actually makes a lot of sense. And we're seeing, did Herc remove the degen, or is it just on for a limited amount of time and Herc has a big enough health pool he didn't take him all the way down?
When the bleed falls off is when the degen falls off.
Got it. Thank you.
I think another thing to note for using Penny here is obviously her shield is going to help with blocking APOC specials, especially recoil specials as well.
Yep, you two called it perfectly. Absolutely perfect prediction.
Full yellow.
From Slay there, and then Nas just completely cleaning it up there. Well done, you two.
Yeah, we make a decent duo when we're not arguing, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Which is almost never, so...
Yeah, enjoy this 2% of the time.
So
enjoy these 20 seconds while it lasts.
Evens that up, sending the second round into the final game here. They're at one apiece. In a best of 7, 2-0 is not commanding, but man, you'd rather be up 2-0 than down 2-0. So I'm excited to see this it turns out.
Hold on, I forgot who was placing first. But like what I was gonna say was this round I think was a loss for Nick, so I think going Elsa was the right call, and especially since he's placing defense first, he really couldn't have gone. He really couldn't have saved Elsa for this round because she would have just been useless since Na was saving Sunspot for her. So he goes for Penny this round. Na is thinking Black Panther. He goes for it.
These are the kinds of round threes you see in Battlegrounds sometimes where it's like, it's not the ideal.
Yeah. So what Nick has to worry about here is that the one bleed on him, I believe Black Panther will reduce his ability accuracy with the bleed on him. And the bleed really does hurt Torch. Na's plan here is to just get her into the corner and then knock her down.
Yeah, because that'll make Dragon Man go unblockable, right? Every time he knocks down a defender.
Right, unblockable with the extra damage.
He made sure Penny was blocking first before he threw his unblockable SP2. He's got the nice Fury up. You're seeing that extra damage from being cornered, right? That's what it's called.
Yep.
There it is. He needs Penny to throw that SP2, though, right?
Yep. Nick is taking a lot of damage so far. That just tends to happen when you use Torch with recoil masteries. There's only a bit left on that shield. He needs Penny to block. He just wouldn't give it to him, and unfortunately she crits there, but the shield goes down. And it looks like Nick took a hit. So he's going to finish with very low health here. This is actually going to be extremely close.
Yeah. Black Panther came in and did, it looked like one of those kind of, like a walk-up intercept, one of those ones we all love facing.
Right, yeah. Looks like Penny's shield is about to come back. This is going to be annoying. He needs her to throw this SP2 and then to just knock her down.
And now he's been pushed to his SP3. I think he would have wanted to throw his special too, right?
Yeah, whoa, and the auto block on the heavy.
Yeah, that's just Penny doing Penny things. We've all been there.
Yeah, now he has to go a bit risky because time is running out. He has to go for this SP3 or else he would have been punished. But this is going to put her in the corner. He's going to have 3 power gains. And I believe he's also going to be unblockable, unstoppable, so he can go full YOLO here.
Oof. That's the unstoppable coming in clutch there.
Yep. I don't know how this would be scored. We need Nerd here to know. Nerd would be able to tell us.
I think Nick took this.
Yeah, especially after that. That was a desperation move from Na at the end. All right. We're tied up at 1 apiece.
Already got the blood flowing.
I know. I'm sure Nick was a little surprised. In fact, I think I saw a look of a bit of surprise on his face, but that's how Battlegrounds goes.
It is, yeah. It was a very clever defense play as well, because you couldn't use Sunspot, and the only defender that was decent while Nick had Torch was Black Panther. So that was the 2 best attackers Na had, and they were essentially useless that round.
Take a second there. Brian and Nafi, thank you so much for the kind words. Mike and Legacy are matching up in the first round. They have not set a date yet. I'm sure you're subscribed to both their channels. If you're not, you should be. And you can keep an eye on my Twitter. I will get that information out as soon as we know it.
Okay. Na went the same bands, and Nick also went the same bands.
OG Highline coming in strong. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much for being here.
So Na goes with Reed at first. And this is interesting, because Reed here isn't essentially a fast attacker in this nuke meta, but he's a very annoying defender. So this could go on for much longer if you choose to fight him in a, with not a great counter. Unawakened Bishop. Bishop is annoying because Nick is running recoil, so the second you hit him and he gains a prowess while he's in overload because he's bleeding, you take damage. So you essentially have to wait out 16 seconds before you can start going in on him.
We're seeing our first Nightcrawler in there. Thanks for calling that out. I recently ranked up mine. Going to do a little video to show people what he could possibly do in this meta. And so far, the results have been pretty entertaining for me. I'm not sure my opponents have felt that. Someone did take him out today with their Iron Doom, though. I can't remember the name of the player, but he looked like it took a few seconds, but he soloed it, or they soloed it well. What's up, Kick Rocks? Just motherfuckers staying political, playing the boundary. PWF, what's going on, friend? And Beguile, thanks for being here.
Oof. All right, first pick for Na.
What's up, Devil Dog?
Nick.
And if you're enjoying the intelligence, the sounds of the voice, the clearly high game skills, I'm sure you can tell by how they're announcing this. Make sure to check out the channels of Slaymon and Nas2. They both have great channels, lots of war videos and things like that. You're both currently in SSX, right, gentlemen?
Yep.
Indeed we are.
Very good. Excellent. Perennial Masters Tier Alliance.
Ooh, Karnak.
That's an interesting one.
I thought he would go Mole here, if I'm honest.
Karnak's one of his rank 4s, though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I remember. I know I've seen the video. I was pretty sure it was a rank 4. So he's pretty. You're going to see some proficient gameplay out of that Karnak. I'm excited to see this.
He'll shrug the bleed immediately. If he keeps heavy countering, he can get his Furies up. And also, I don't know if Karnak still has that ability, but he has like Corvus level crits once he gets his precision up.
Look at this Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's doing exactly what you want your Nightcrawler to do if you play him. He's just making it annoying. Eventually, the person starts being a little more aggressive, and then Nightcrawler's getting in a hit or two. They've also got that disorient up, so they don't know what's going to land and what's not as far as parries, things like that. It's really cool to actually see. I haven't gotten to see this side of it.
Oh, and that was a big instant bleed from Nightcrawler there.
Yeah, the damage can be fine. B McG has been talking about the damage capabilities of Nightcrawler are actually pretty good.
Uh-huh. Oh, and looks like Nick took a hit. Oh, but Nick was... Fury was really nice to him.
Yeah. But start calling him Fury now.
Still Nick versus Nick. Way to go, Nick. But I'm not happy to see it happening. It is slightly comforting, though, for me, who's had probably the worst war season I've maybe ever had, to see this sorts of things happening to other people where, like, the defenders, it's like they're just doing things that I can't do. Like, I don't think humans can do, of like just walking up and bam, a light in your face, you know, like, what are you supposed to do about that? Or you're baiting a special and they get you.
It takes practice to deal with stuff like that. Like for me, I stopped doing light intercepts, and whenever I do, I try and time it so that if they do a light, I can parry it in time. But it's difficult. It takes a lot of practice.
You're also at an outrageously high skilled level, though. But yeah, it does take practice. You've earned that skill. All right, I don't want to sidetrack us too much. Nick136 with the win there. Really nice play with Karnak. PWC not is frustrated. Yeah, I would. That's what Nightcrawler is supposed to do there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, looking in the middle of the screen there, you could see Nightcrawler on the top and Karnak on the bottom screen. It felt like 2017 for a minute.
Yeah. Very clever pick here. This is actually that was an extremely good pick from Na, because now he's cornered Nick. He has 3 skill champs. So he puts maybe a mutant on defense, and that could be an issue. Na went Mr. Fantastic. So he gave up essentially his best defender, quote unquote, on paper to use on attack, because he knows he can take this round with him. On top of the fact that the defender is essentially useless against the champs that Nick has brought in.
But he's got to win this. And Bishop is a tough fight. I guess not when he's not as tough when he's not awakened, though, or at high sig.
Right, and he's taking that damage from prowess, but it looks like Nick's pulling ahead. He's doing quite a lot of good damage, on top of the fact that Torch isn't like really low on health, but I can see the crit damage is really adding up, and he gets intercepted by an SP1, and that
Domino was like, "I'll show you," and he's not low on health.
It threatened to go wrong for Nara as well, with the Bishop throwing the special one, but he managed it well, and then suddenly it switches on the other fight. Very quick turnaround there.
Yep.
Not finishing with an SP1 there to get extra pre-fights.
I wonder if Na's surprised by that result. Do you think Na's coming out? Do you think Na thought he had lost that round?
I think he did that on purpose, knowing he was going to win that round. But then Nick had a really solid performance in the first half against that Domino that made me think, oh no, he's probably going to take this round.
Yeah.
And then he got intercepted. But it happens.
All right. A pivotal game 3, so he can take the 2-1 round lead.
Na goes for Mole Man, extremely clever. Hitmonkey can take like both of those champions very easily.
He's thinking about it. You can tell.
He should go Mole here just to get the easy openings.
Yep.
This is going to be close.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm sorry, Naz, I talked over you. Go ahead and say what you're saying, and then I'll go with mine.
Saying, Storm's going to look great again now that there's no, bulwark, indestructible triggering. It'd be nice to see some big numbers again.
Absolutely, I'm excited. Toffer is excited for it too. Before the last season, I did an updated rankings, and I talked about how I used Storm while I was on my vacation to climb back up, and I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, already a tremendous lead here. This is actually quite smart. What Nick is doing is he's in Frenzy, and every hit triggers a bleed, and he's going to get Nod's Mole Man to Frenzy, and then suddenly the bleeds will start sticking. Sorry. So now that he's in Frenzy, he needs to land a heavy here to make sure it doesn't even need to land a heavy, it goes straight for the SP2.
Yeah.
Never mind. This fight is over.
Very smart gameplay from Nick.
That was... Oh, man, I don't have recoil on when I play, so it's hard for me to sometimes imagine Mole Man with recoil on in Battlegrounds, but that was decisive.
Yeah, it was. A really smart use. I would never have thought of it.
No, yeah, I didn't think of it either. And Storm, big SP2. Wow, that was huge.
And I think Na's going to be...
lost the round.
Yeah, he's probably disappointed. He's probably surprised coming out of that, seeing 37 seconds.
Yeah.
And I love seeing people support the competitors putting on the show. You see that on Nick136's side there at that super chat. That was awesome to see.
Yeah, that's cool. Super cool. Man, I need to turn on recoil, it seems.
It's only
what I need to do.
It's only for people who have a high sig and are very skilled with Omega Red, though. So I don't know.
Dang it! I can't turn on recoil, though.
Yeah, I don't.
Vega, I was going to say there's 4 more rounds. We should keep tabs on how many times Slay changes his mind about suicides.
All right, that's. I think that was twice in one sentence from Slay.
Yeah,
that might have been 3. What's up, J Tarp? How you doing, buddy? Nod played great. Nod did play great. I mean, this is just, that was, that's like that perfect throw in football beating the perfect defense. It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, my whole roster is based around the recoil masteries in war, so I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be much to convert that to Battlegrounds.
Super Sam, what's up, dude? Great to see you.
Same bands, nothing has changed.
Yeah, I mean, if I was either one of them, I don't think I would change anything. I think they're both playing exceptionally well.
I think I consider leaving CGR open just because, I mean, he can't finish the fights fast, but he does take damage from recoil. But I'm not sure. Really not sure here. When you have that many recoil champs, there's only so many you can ban. So.
Oh, Cream Cheese finally takes a side. Finally. Changing it from Go Nick Go to Go Nah Go. I think to level it up, right?
He just wants a 7-match game, let's be honest.
We all do. We all do.
Yeah.
What's up, K-Dog? Thanks for being here, bud. Team Nick. Everyone is Team Nick.
We're not allowed to be biased.
Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
This is the first one back, isn't it, since the group stages?
It is. We had to take that one week hiatus. Hopefully Kabam starts leaving the friendly modes up. People enjoy this mode. People enjoy their tournaments. They enjoy this mode. Let us play, right? You guys are probably all too young for that Bad News Bears.
Paul said Team Vega, so
hey,
that's good.
Thank you. That's my dog Nova. If she continues to bark, I will do something about it.
That sounded very sinister.
Ominous. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, tough very quickly into support Team Nova here.
Tomorrow I'll be like, hey, guess what, guys? I have a new dog.
Anyone looking for one?
Yeah. And I got sidetracked. I apologize.
Nick places Fury. God, that sounded so weird to say out loud. And now place Overseer. Ooh, I would have considered using Elsa for that Overseer, but I could see why he kept her, just to make sure Domino never goes on defense. Hercules versus Nick, if you play it optimally, is genuinely a very, very scarily quick fight. Because you get an SP1 off during the first life, an SP2 off during the second life, the fight is over.
And he's getting that beautiful intercept chain going. Like, I think, well, now he's going to have to take that SP1 though.
Right, yeah.
Na is almost full dexing that SP1. That's not the first time he's done that.
Uh-huh. And he also got the feat from knocking down on top of the Desorian for willpower.
Completely planned, of course.
So yeah, he clearly planned that, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And the first life is down before Joe can land 2 combos.
This is... I've had people do this to me. I've never done it myself. It's really amazing to see it be done.
And then SP2. That was the best I've seen Na play Hercules. That was very good.
That was incredible. Like I said, I've placed a Fury before against a Hercules, and I've had people come out with fights times like that, and I was like, how did you do that? That was cool to see that happen.
Yeah.
No, I might get assigned Hercules in War after that one.
No, I mean, he's been the only one who's been assigned Hercules in War.
You know what? That's a really... I mean, we're so impressed with the Hercules versus Fury fight. That's a very impressive takedown of Overseer with Joe Fixit on the other side.
Yep, he continued to do medium combos to make sure to have spades up to increase his attack. And he was hitting pretty big crits. Like, I believe I saw a 14k crit medium there.
Oh, you know, Wong's letting us know that isn't R4 Joe Fixit. That's true. I forgot about that. I remember seeing that video as well. So thank you for pointing
I saw that too. Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh, very, very smart there. Goes for Warlock on defense. All of Nick's champs have some aspect of recoil on. So he's going to get Power Drain, Degened. Na's going Omega Sentinel for Magneto. Doesn't really need her anywhere else, and Nick has Corvus, so this should be interesting. Corvus, without any charges with recoil, is still really silly. So if he can get to his SP2 fast enough, the fight goes down relatively quickly.
Okay, I was distracted there for a second. I'm glad to see Na know to put on the heal block. PWF was one of the first people to really mention that out to me. I don't know why. I hadn't thought of it before. But you got to get that on because everyone's going to be running willpower.
And there...
Oh, that's that tight window that I've been talking about. People have been noticing it. Simula's mentioned it multiple times. The windows have really felt tighter lately.
Banning a special. I would take this last hit, with Dex on so that the infection lasts shorter with 2 buffs instead of just the 1 buff. But it goes for an SP1 there to get the shock up. However, Corvus is probably going to heal from that. He's running out of charges here, so he needs to make every hit count. But because of that power drain, he wasn't able to get to the SP2. Gets it on the last thing, though. They both finish... Oh, never mind.
Wow.
They didn't finish at the same time. I thought they did.
No, but that ended up being very close.
That was a close one.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And Na has tied it back up 2 apiece.
Can't remember who it was, but I remember someone saying maybe they should throw a Mixmaster on to these nodes as well. I just imagine that would have sped that up for Corvus, giving him a charge.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would have gave him the charge. That would have been crazy. I'd play my R4 Corvus in every fight if that was the case. Yeah. B saying he's genuinely impressed by Corvus on there. Corvus is silly without charges, man. I know there's this misconception that he needs a charge to do anything, and that just isn't true. Especially if you R4 him as well, which I know you won't, but it'd be funny if you did. Same bands pretty much immediately, like clockwork. No one is experimenting with their bands because I think they're pretty much perfect.
Big Rock saying he loves watching these and can do it all day. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been good to get this tournament rolling again.
I missed it last week. Like, I really did. It allowed me to get 8.1 done, which was nice. But I missed the tournament badly. Easy, who's on call? We've got Slayman and Naz. Guys, link your channels in the chat maybe or something so people can go hear some of your MCoC knowledge whenever they want.
Oh, okay.
Sure thing, man.
And please make sure to go support the competitors too. Their channels are linked in the description of the stream and pinned in the chat. And then Slaymon's just linked to his channel. And I'm sure Naz will hear just in a few minutes.
Collectible Paper saying he's used to watching these on rewind at 2x speed.
Yeah.
So this sounds very different live.
I'm not going to ask which is better. I'm scared too.
Us with high-pitched voices sounds funny.
Yeah. DLL will show up and everyone will be like, oh, when did those prepubescent children get on stream with their dad?
Yeah, he'll probably just wake up right now. Hey, guys.
Yeah. You know. All right. Again, I get us sidetracked. I can't believe it's me getting us sidetracked and not you two. All right.
I know. Putting us on the same call wasn't smart, but so far we've done all right.
Yeah, you've done very well.
That was really weird. Did Dick choose Hyperion or Herc? It looked like there was a visual bug. Oh, he chose Hyperion.
He did, yeah. And he doesn't look upset by it. I can see a little bit of... I kind of like being able to see the competitors, the emotion. Yeah, are we going to go double? Okay, we've had this come up. This is in every single one of Nick's matchups. That's a SIG 200 rank 5 star Domino, and the amount of and Nas going with Warlock as well. Nick136 has, I think, won every single matchup I've seen like this. It's always been against a Warlock because the player. Well, I'm excited to see how this goes, but I'm curious if Na changes up his attack style. It's not really his, but what the other two have done. Yeah.
The issue with Warlock is that Domino reduces his ability accuracy, and the thing is he needs his ability accuracy for all of his hits, because every hit he does applies something. So essentially you have a higher chance using Warlock to eat crit fails, and especially at SIG 200 that hurts.
So I couldn't remember what it was, but now that Na has started the fight, I'm remembering, and Na has changed up, or he's doing it differently than the other competitors have done. Is you see he's doing the sidestep against Domino. Domino will attack in, and he backs up and then goes at her with, I believe, his medium or his light, instead of parrying.
Strong.
Yeah.
The other competitors, they're used to war, where like you just want to get through it. He does come away with the win. That was close.
And he did something incredibly smart there. He played it slow at the start and parried a bit to get Infection up, because he knew that would be constant power drain against the recoil debuff that Nick had.
Yeah, that was beautiful by Na there. And Nick, even in loss, is showing so much skill and creating a really tough fight.
Yeah, Joe Fixit versus Domino isn't ideal just because he gets his main damage from bleeds, and Domino will shrug bleeds and turn it into power, which is annoying.
Hey, Rob Riley, great to see you here, man. That's really awesome to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for speaking up.
Mm-hmm. So Karnak versus Hercules here. Very easy to heavy counter with Karnak here, so he's able to get his fragilities and furies going. Stealthy versus Hype here. This really just depends on AI cooperation. If Hype just decides to not throw a special, he'll eat an SP3. If he does decide to throw specials, Recoil will kill Hype more than Stealthy will.
Which is exactly what's happened so far, but now he's at the 2 bars. He's got the power gain. He threw it, though.
Yep.
And Nick's doing exactly what you said, punishing Hercules every chance he get. Really nice punish of that heavy. This is going to get close, although Herc's still going to go immortal, right?
Yep, huge SP2 there.
Yeah.
So, on paper, that matchup seemed to be in Nick's favor, because he doesn't have to deal with crazy power gain. But if you have any bit of AI cooperation, sometimes stuff like that is possible.
Yeah.
So.
$20 bet on Karate Mike to win the whole tournament. I like it. I like it.
So, Na took a screenshot there, probably to send it to Nerd.
I reminded both competitors this morning that this is a best of 7. I hopefully they're mindful of that as they went in. Yeah, looks like they are. Kicks rocks. Karnak is legit. Yeah, he absolutely is. Check out Nick's channel for some seriously really impressive Karnak gameplay and knowledge share.
Now it's crunch time.
This is match point for Na right here.
Yeah. Na could close it out. Nick needs the win to send it into a 7th round.
It's been so like end to end so far. It really does look like one that will go to the final one.
Yeah.
Not much more you could ban here, honestly. Those three just seem to be the best bans.
Sweet is reminding us the champion is greater than Karnak. I'm sure everyone here is subscribed to Sweeta. Hopefully you are. If you're not and you want to see amazing gameplay with the champion and really a ton of other champions in this game, make sure you check out his channel.
Is Sweeta that guy that posts the champion gameplay?
Samuel, yeah, we had to go big, man. We're trying to put on a show, and there's a lot of RNG in Battlegrounds, and so when we go to the knockout stage, we're going to go the full 7.
First sighting of Hood here from Na. But Nick's getting a bunch of champions that Hood can't take.
Seki in chat suggesting a poll to see the audience vote on who might take this one.
The only reason I'm not going to do that is because I really do want people to go support the summoners, and their channels are linked in the chat. And I've been told that once you put up a poll, people can no longer see the pinned comment. Otherwise, that is a great idea, and I have been enjoying doing the polls. Spinnaker3, what's up, man? I'm glad you're here to be here. I'm glad you're here. It's nice to see you is what I meant to say. I'm glad you're here to be here. That doesn't even make sense. I'm not a professional broadcaster, in case anyone did not know that.
I just noticed, it just hit me that you said that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what?
Yeah, it said the right words, and so probably just sounded weird.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Goes for Joe Fixit on defense first. That actually isn't horrible because Joe Fixit does end up getting a lot of block penetration and annoying debuffs up on you, like Disorient. Using a 5-star Kitty for Nick. Kitty melts Nick Fury. Not deciding to go Mr. Negative for Joe. This is not a good idea in my opinion, because I believe if Joe throws a special when he has 2 of a kind, puts a Disorient on Mr. Negative, and Mr. Negative loses all his charges once he's inflicted with a Disorient. So it really just comes down to, is he going to get the Disorient or not? And if he doesn't, then he's good.
I don't think you should bet against the gambler of Joe Fixit either. I'm excited to see this perspective of the Kitty versus Fury fight too.
There's the Disorient.
Yeah.
He just lost all his dark energy.
But he's actually like doing well, right? Unless we're expecting Kitty to just start exploding Fury.
Yeah, once it gets the SP2.
Okay.
That SP2 is going to hit extremely hard. But as you can see, Negs doesn't have very good block proficiency, so the Disorient hurt him there. He took like 1 block to hit, lost like 5% there. It was huge.
Why isn't he throwing his SP2?
Well, because he wants to get to 20. He wants to get as many dark energy as possible. But since he lost his first set of 9, it really hurt his SP2 damage, and it hurt the time he can do this in as well.
Yes, the Disorient's back on him there as well.
Nick's doing a complete masterclass of this fight, and as I said that, he got hit. But he was just healing from everything. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the whole Sig ability, right? Where when Kitty gets hit while she's phased.
But
he's got to get this fight down.
Yeah, he's got to get the prowess back up and just build up to an SP2. Great intercept there. Playing a little bit recklessly, in my opinion.
He's probably thinking
he's going to build a lot of power here.
That should finish.
And he does win because of how much health he had, huh?
Right, yeah.
very tight.
That is very tight.
Yeah. Sorry, Vega, I interrupted you there. You were gonna say something.
I'm sure whatever you said was smarter than what I said, so we're good.
Okay. I will continue to interrupt you then.
Yeah. All right. Nick just needs to win one more in this round to force a 7th round, which we all want to see. Probably everyone but Nah.
This is huge, by the way, because Nick just broke a 4-round straight losing streak. So that's good.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that. That's a great point.
Goes for I-Bomb versus Joe Fixit. Decides to keep Warlock. Extremely smart. You can just throw him on defense, and his infections will do a lot to all of Nick's attackers. And Nick has to deal with a Domino with no counter. So this round here, I think, kind of decides who wins, if I'm being honest, because the next round seems pretty open and shut with Warlock on defense.
BWF does bring up a good point. There's been no Rintra nor Scorpion in this. They must just not have him, huh?
Na has Rintra. A rank 4 Rintra, in fact. Might not be in his deck. Scorpion, I don't think either of them has. And I don't think Scorpion would help Nick anyways, just because he's running recoil.
Yeah.
And Scorpion just kind of thrives off a lot of specials.
And we're seeing what Joe Fix can do.
It pretty clean at the moment.
Yeah.
24 bleeds.
I'm really glad this is showing up because I really did put out the rankings, and a couple of people asked, like, why did Joe Fix it? And I was like, look, he can really stack those bleeds with the SB1. If the opponents bleed, I mean, you go the SB2. So hopefully they're tuning in so they can see this, right? The whole idea is to kind of help people out and share knowledge. So I like when people can see it.
Yeah. Nick SP2 here, it literally crit failed on every hit, which is unfortunate.
All right.
Yeah, Nod takes that round.
I don't know if it's just me, but I always do like it when it ends on a nice clean points tally as well. Just that's 54K on the dot.
I just like it when it says victory underneath. I don't care as much.
Yeah, I could have 1 point as long as it's victory. So.
I think that's next level. That's Naz. I think that was like a humble brag. Where he's like, it just always says victory. I like it when it's literally clean.
Yeah, you should have seen that fight. Got a clean 100 points.
So Nick goes Human Torch on defense. Warlock is the answer here. Human Torch is that is an extremely smart counter. Human Torch on defense is very, very clever. Because he can't use Hood and Sunspot is gimped by it, but his best defender is also Warlock.
How's how's Hitmonkey gonna do against Warlock?
Well, Hitmonkey he's gonna have his huge mediums because he has recoil on. Decides to go for the shrug immediately to get primal rage, and he's just gonna keep the shrug up to disorient him and shrug any debuffs Warlock might place when it comes to his specials. The only issue is that he can't crit on specials. But as you can see, Nas doing quite a lot of good work.
Yeah.
On Torch as well. So this is going to be close.
It looks like Nod took it. I mean, that was amazing. Both of these fights are just, I think, huge.
Yeah.
Pardon the term, but they're just both big brain plays on both sides. Like Hitmonkey versus Warlock, I would not have predicted that.
Yeah, I didn't see it going that well.
Yeah, I think both those matchups didn't look like the most ideal on paper, but wow, very quick from both.
And so Na advances. I'm just a little bit, honestly, not shocked, but very surprised by both of those fights. Both of these guys just showing outrageous game knowledge and skill throughout the whole thing. Absolutely amazing. Everyone who's watching, please go and support both these guys. Na will obviously be advancing, moving on. He's going to have another matchup for us to all support him, but please go support Nick. Show him Show him how much you appreciate him going on, putting on an incredible show. So many times people in the comments here section have already said like, wow, I did not know that. Something that Nick has shown us is like a champion like Karnak, Joe Fixit. He's got videos on them. He streams, I think, almost every day at around the same time. Extremely entertaining, high knowledge player too. And I don't want to use, he's not unorthodox. He's like outside the box, right? Like, you check tier list rankings, like even mine, like I'll admit it, like there's all the same champions and all the same places. And he's out there with his rank 4 Karnak, Joe Fixit, doing things like advancing to the knockout stage in a tournament of 32 people. Incredibly, incredibly impressive stuff. I really appreciate him taking part in this.
You must have said that like 4 or 5 times this stream. Oh, I didn't know Nick could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really didn't, though. That was amazing. I'm going to try to quickly update the bracket for everyone here. I think we'll be able to do it.
So Nick was the first seed in his group, right?
Well, there really weren't technically seedings in that way, shape, or form, but I do think he was part of the like their gameplay is so beautiful, don't dislike them. I can't remember exactly.
Oh no, I meant like the group stage. He was first in his group, right? Clown, B Manny, him, and Campo.
Yeah, I do believe he won it.
Yeah, and now was second. So yeah, that's the second place that we've seen take a first already in the first match. So,
oh, I understand your question. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to make any predictions on who's going to win things.
Yeah, nobody is safe, is what you're trying to say.
No one is safe. But I don't think this will be the only one like that. Everyone who advanced is so outrageously good. Like, there's so many players who didn't advance who are outrageously good. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It is fun to see the first person actually advance. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up there. MP Blaze, Tom Jarvis are now furiously taking their notes on who they will face.
I think my original predictions, I did put Na down as a dark horse for this tournament. It's good to see that I might be partially right on that one.
Oh, you just jinxed them now.
Oh, yeah. Let me get that updated.
I'm not going to say anything because the second I say it, the exact opposite happens. So.
Yeah.
TJ is getting cocky. He's saying, I know Na well enough to not have to study.
All right. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful stream we're showing everybody. Easy. Thank you so much for that, man. I'm about to show the updated standings here, or the updated. Let's see here. I thought I was. Where is it? There it is.
Ooh.
So for everyone interested, that is where we currently are at. That is it right there. Hey, no, I actually do have a little bit more time. Did you want to join the call? I see you in the chat.
So are we calling this stage the Sweet 16 and the next would be top 8?
You know, here, let's go ahead and move over to, I don't know what roles Na has and doesn't have. So if you two wouldn't mind, if you have time, if you don't have time, don't worry about it. Join me in that Vega Battlegrounds chat.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Hey, can you guys hear me all right?
Yep, I can hear you great. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm kind of shocked. I had been telling everybody in like chats and stuff like, oh, I'm not going to win this. Like the new nodes and everything. I was like, oh, Nick's going to mop the floor with me. He's too good. He's too fast.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just happy to survive another week.
Wow, I love it. That's amazing. Someone of your skill thinking that way, is that, so I have to tell you, is that a little bit of like, you know, a lot of athletes will do that, right? Teams will do that. They'll like, they want that bulletin board material, something to motivate them. Was that part of it for you?
Yeah, kind of. I for me, a big part of it was just like seeing what happened in the group stages and like getting caught by that Elsa.
Yeah.
And like, I think Nick is a phenomenal player, and I think he deserves every bit of credit he ever gets for this game. But I really don't like the Elsa strategy in general. I told him that yesterday when we were setting up a time. And so I was like, just avenge all the fallen champions for that Elsa.
Avenge all the people you've beaten.
Nick is a phenomenal player. It's something we've talked about at length. He multiple times used a champion, primarily Joe Fixit and Karnak, that myself and people in the chat were like, what's he doing? And then we saw the results. You played, though, clearly to me, it appears though you were playing very confidently. There was a lot of moves you made in drafting and who you're replacing, where even Slavon is like, wow, and Slavon said it, that's a really smart play. So it's a high level play. Were there any in particular you were very proud of, or that you remember as you look back on it?
The Stealthy versus Hyperion.
Yeah.
I've done that a few times today. And for some reason with Stealthy, a lot of the AI love to throw specials at him. It's like he's got a taunt. I think it happens with a lot of small characters is bigger defenders want to play more aggressive. And I knew that with recoil, he was just going to melt himself, and I would have massive basic hits. So it just... when I saw that matchup come up, I was like, oh, here we go. I got this. And that felt really cool.
We've got Naz and Slay on the line. I know you both know Na very well, but do you have any questions you wanted to ask him or any comments?
Yeah. Were you training with Hercules?
Shut up.
Sorry.
Well, I knew that. I didn't know if you were watching. Makes sense that you're on with Vega. But I was thinking in my head, like, if Slay sees this and I choke it in the big stage, I'm never getting assigned him again. He's going on defense, everything.
That is true, yes. One thing we noticed was that there was a lack of Rintrahs, and you have a rank 4 Rintrah. Was he in your deck?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You just didn't find a spot to choose him in?
I was there. This is the first time since the first in all of Battlegrounds that I didn't ban Torch. And so I was kind of overcompensating on a lack of Mystics, and it really messed me up with that Penny Parker versus Dragon Man. I kind of got stuck there, and I kind of just vowed no defensive Mystics for the rest of this. My strategy going in was as many mutants as possible, and as many defenders that like alter your play style. Because with recoil masteries, you can just nuke down if you're able to play the way you want to play. So like if you can find a Shrugger or a Hercules that reduces offensive ability, accuracy, stuff like that.
Right, just don't let him play the way he wants to play.
Exactly.
You went with Warlock a lot.
Yes, just make him as uncomfortable as he can be.
Okay.
And Domino. Oh my gosh, Domino. I'm so glad I put 146 into her yesterday.
Yeah, I brought that up. One of the things I noticed was that you went for Mr. Negative versus Joe Fixit. Was there any strategy you had to playing around the Disorient, or did you just not know about it?
So I was going to parry 4 times, let him throw the special 1 and give me a Petrify. But, dumb me decided to evade beforehand, and that counts as a medium attack, and then I went to a Disorient.
Okay.
And then just kind of sold the bag there. But for that round, it was more so I didn't really have anyone good for Joe Fixit, and like I'm very comfortable with Mr. Negative, so I wanted to go with what was comfortable. And I knew the Disorient was a risk. I just messed it up.
Okay.
I just want to take a second to address something that's been asked in the chat a couple of times. I would have loved to have had Nick on call. I don't think he's either on Discord. I remember there being something about it because I do think he is aware that we do these calls afterwards. It just hadn't been able to work out. I do wish he had been on. He seems like a great person. I really enjoy his streams. So please don't read anything into the fact that he's not on this call. I really mean it. Go support him. He seems incredible, awesome. I've really enjoyed everything I've gotten to know about him. And then the other one is, when are the next matchups? I'll be honest, I'm actually surprised that Nick and Na went as early as they did. I felt like people wanted to get used to the new meta, because remember, when we did the group stage play, it was 2 different node sets. And so I told them that they had they could have the whole week, take their time whenever they want to go. The only other matchup that is, I think, scheduled, I believe, is Nerd, and I don't think that's till tomorrow. And then honestly, take a look at the bracket. If you don't know the logo, ask. In fact, I'll just tell you that's we'll go start at the top and move our way down. That's Tom Jarvis, MP Blaze of Noon, Nick, Na, Legacy, and Karate Mike. Then we move on to Daddy Longlegs, I believe is his actual channel name. Yusafa Gaming of For Loki in my alliance. Slay, Jason and Jabari Gaming, I believe their name is Jason Jabari Gaming. FinTech of Na, The B Manny, Simula, Emulates, Nerd, and Max. Go and follow them, and also follow me on Twitter. I've been doing everything I can to update you and let you know as soon as people are going to be on. And that's just the best way we can do it right now. As you know, I've already started planning the second tournament. Well, it'll be starting in November. And then the third tournament, which is the 3-star one I've been talking about, that'll be happening early in January. And we'll continue to work out how we're going to do the communication and let everyone know when people are going to be going, because I know it's exciting to watch it all live.
I think Jason and I are going on Thursday.
Jason,
so you have a Nerd tomorrow, and then Jay will and I Thursday.
When we get that information, we will definitely get it going. Winners, Karate Mike, and Legacy. I don't know. That's going to be completely up to them. I believe Naz had to go. Naz, if you're still listening, though, link your stream. I think Naz is going to be streaming after this. We'll stream raid him. And then, so what? You're the first person to advance.
Yes.
You're in the Great 8. I mean, I don't know. To me, that's pretty darn cool. What are you thinking? How are you feeling about that?
I didn't even think I'd get out of the group stage, if I'm honest. Not even trying to do like that fake humble thing, but like, I think something that keeps me honest and also kind of my downfall is I have a little bit of a lack of confidence because I'm newer to Tier 1 War and Battlegrounds. Like, I just don't have as big of a roster, and I can get in my own head about stuff like that. So yeah. I remember in the group stage losing to FinTech and then like seeing Sam and Enzo, 2 amazing players with incredible rosters, and I'm just like, oh, here we go. And I'm just happy to make it this far. It's just been a blast. Thanks for putting this all together. Absolutely, man. Thanks for being a part of it. And you're already locked in to be part of the next one, right? The Grandmasters, the Community Grandmaster Cup. I believe you asked me, but yeah, I'm anytime you invite me to something like this, I'm in. I'll drop any other invites, because you just have.
Right? Yeah. All right. The audience is like, okay, you two. But you can tell how much I like Na. Slay, you got any other smart questions for him? I'm probably out of smart questions.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the mental thing. But yeah, Nas like that a lot. Where he's like, I can't do this. And he ends up always doing it. And yeah. I even said, like, I know I'm not supposed to be biased here, but I even said before the tournament started that I think you were one of my favorites to take it, even though you don't believe in yourself. So I think you should have a bit more confidence in yourself, because getting this far is pretty impressive. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything you want to add, man, before we sign off? I mean, I feel like we probably should. As I look at the time, I do need to get back to work. But in no way should you hurry or censor yourself, please. I just want to give you an opportunity to say anything you'd like.
Yeah, I'm reading Fire and Blood with my girlfriend, the Game of Thrones, like, Targaryen prequel, so I kind of got to go too. But I will say that next week for me is kind of terrifying, and either TJ or MP. And I think a lot of this tournament, you're going to see some pretty crazy matchups, so everybody should watch everything that happens, because we're just getting started.
Yeah, we are definitely just getting started. All the matchups are going to be, I think, incredible. The skill level is just too high. Yeah, you guys blew me away. Both you and Nick did today. So thank you so much for being here, man. I'll let you get back to that. I'm enjoying the show. That's the book that the current show is based on, right? The Dance. I don't even know what they're calling the show right now.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah. We're in battle group chat, and I was like, I told Slay, like, I'm not buying the book. I'm just gonna wait for the show. And then, the second Emma brought up, like, hey, you should get the book, I told him. And,
Nas' willpower is somehow less than mine. So yeah.
anyways, yeah, thank you so much, Vega, for having me on, for putting this all together, and yeah.
All right. Slay, anything you'd like to add before I sign us out?
No, man, it's just been awesome to be able to commentate this. Like, I haven't told you this in private, so I'm gonna say it now.
Oh, all right.
Being able to commentate these makes my day. So I appreciate you letting me be on here, and appreciate everyone for coming out and watching this.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for.
You got scared. You thought I was gonna like leak something.
Yeah, usually when someone says like, "I haven't said this privately, so I think publicly is the best way to do it first." I'm like, "Oh, good God, what sort of mess am I gonna have to clean up now?" Because that's happened before. You know, you live long enough and things like that happen. I will say I was completely unprepared for positive and nice things to be said in my direction for today. When we've got all this stuff going on. You guys flatter me. Thank you so much. The chat, everyone in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Like the competitors and all the viewers. That's why this is so much fun. We're putting on a show of high skill, really awesome people, great entertainers. Thank you so much to Nick and Na for being here. Their channels are linked in the description and also in this chat. Please go support them. Let them know this is worth their time and you appreciate them being part of this. Congratulations to Nick for making it to the knockout stage. That's a lot farther than I made it in my own tournament. And congratulations to Na for being our first entrant into the Great 8. We'll continue on. There will be significant more matchups this week. Make sure you pay attention to my channel, the channels of all the competitors, so you can know when people are going. We'll do our best to cover the dual stream here on my channel. And of course, they will probably be streaming it live on theirs. Thank you so much to Naz, who looks like they will be doing an opening very soon. They're not going to be streaming. That's fine. I understand. I appreciate him being on call. And thank you to Slaymon, also for being on call, sharing all of that knowledge. Make sure you go and support them as well. I think that was everyone. Oh, and OG Highline, and I believe it was Easy as well. Take care, everybody. Have a great one.